Good evening, ladies, and welcome to Thursday Facebook Live. So I do mostly, sometimes there's a little change and I do try and let you know, but mostly I pop in on a Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. I know last week it was 7, that's because we had Jojo joining us. I am going to get better at getting guests in. I'm sure you're probably bored of listening to me. But if you can give me a thumbs up and let me know that you can hear me and you can see me and everything's okay, that would be great. My name is Stephanie. I am your coach, your curator for this amazing community, Women Who Don't Drink. I also have a wonderful team of experts, volunteer moderators who help out, that pop in and say hi from time to time. And also we have quite a lot of wonderful ladies that have been around a long time, so they're very familiar with the group, very familiar with the ethos, know some of the ladies quite well, so there is a lot of support and warmth in this group. If you are new, and we have new ladies joining us every week, then please watch the welcome video at the top of the page, so as you come into the group. So if you go to the Facebook app and then search for the group and actually come into the group page, as you scroll down it will be the first post at the top. So please watch the welcome video and also read the post. It will explain where everything is. There is a file section and a video section, and there are blogs, and there is an ebook. So there is an ebook. So there are lots of free resources to help you on your way. We also run a 7-day alcohol-free challenge from time to time. Thinking about changing that up a bit. I'll keep you posted. And I also have an online coaching program if you feel like you need a little bit of extra support. But I am so pleased that you are here. I am passionate about making sure that you have access to good information that can help you make better choices. This is about quality of life. This is about you living a happy, healthy life. That's what I want for you. And I know that if we take alcohol out of the equation, or alcohol just isn't an issue, if you drink occasionally, that's fine, then life is going to be a lot easier and a lot better. And you will see lots of lovely ladies in this group talking about the benefits of being alcohol free and how much better they feel taking alcohol out of their life. So, common theme on the page, so it's probably good for me to revisit this from time to time, and it's actually quite hard to answer on the post because there's so much information we could give on this. And I have to say that Sue Ballington, one of our amazing experts, she has done so much work on this area and she posts regularly about this as well. So she's a very good person to talk to about this. I want to talk to you about tiredness and energy, and sleep is part of that, but mostly it's about tiredness and energy. I'm going to run through some things that are almost like a checklist for you. So when I work with people, when I do one-to-one coaching with people and they tell me that they're tired, I run through a set of questions just to check some things before we actually start doing any work. 9 times out of 10, they are always doing one of these things that are going to be impacting, or not doing one of these things, going to be impacting on their tiredness and energy, okay? So I'm going to try and cover as much as I can, give you a lot of information, so feel free to play it again, some key points. Now, first thing, obviously, if you are tired, if you have trouble sleeping, if you have low energy, and you're drinking, that is the first thing for you to sort out, okay? So alcohol is a depressant, primarily it's a depressant. It depresses our central nervous system, our heart rate, things like that. But not only that, it's a poison, it's a toxin. Our body has to work really hard to process it. And as women, it has to work even harder. Our bodies really struggle with that. So it's quite hard work. It might not feel like it at the time while you're drinking. And also alcohol seriously impacts on our quality of sleep. So alcohol impacts on our REM sleep, which is the sleep that we need to repair and refresh. Now sleep is super, super important. If you're on this page, you'll know that we talk about it a lot. I spent a very long time trying to fool myself that I actually didn't need any sleep. But we do need sleep, and sleep is really good for us. Sleep is good for our physical health, our emotional health. We feel so much better when our sleep is better. But it can take time for that to catch up. So patience, okay? Now, some people will stop drinking and feel great, but some people won't, all right? And it's a how long is a piece of string question. And there are so many variables in this. I'm going to try and cover some of them. So if you are tired, your energy is low and sleep is an issue, the first thing to work on is alcohol, okay? So take a break from booze, get your head round 3 months, at least a 3-month break. Really, you might even need longer depending on how you feel at the end of the 3 months. But if tiredness, energy and sleep is an issue, I would go for a 3-month break. Okay, now then, so say you've been drinking and your quality of sleep hasn't been good, maybe you haven't been aware of it, and then you take a break from drinking, then your body needs to catch up, okay? Even if we're just talking about alcohol here. So say, like me, from a teenager, I spent a lot of time partying and not sleeping. So when I did finally figure out how to sleep and that sleep was good for me, I went for it, you know, and it took me quite a long time to catch up. I probably, you know, it's been a large portion of my life that I haven't been sleeping properly or for big chunks of time. Not that it was a big deal. I am one of these people who thought I could survive on very little sleep. Obviously now I need to sleep properly. But there is a period of time where you need to catch up, where you need to listen to your body and get good quality sleep in, okay? Now, that might take you a month. It might take you 3 months. It might take you 6 months. It might take you a year. Think of it in terms of, as much as I don't like using this word recovery, because recovery gets attached to addiction, alcoholism speak. Actually, recovery fits for so many things. So your body and brain is recovering the same as if you were in hospital and you had an operation. Your body would need time to recover. So, you know, when we go to hospital and we have an operation, then we have recovery time, and we seem to be okay with that. So why can't we have a recovery time for this? In fact, I highly recommend that you do, okay? When I stopped, I got my head around at least a year for me to sort my body clock out, to sleep, to feel better. In fact, it probably took me longer because I'd spent so long living my life a certain way, okay? Now, check. If energy and tiredness is a problem for you, alcohol, first one, we just covered that one. Drugs, same scenario, okay? If you are partying, taking drugs, if you are taking any stimulant, you are going to be impacting on your energy and your sleep, okay? So you need to cut that out as well. Caffeine. This is a really common one. So if I'm doing energy work with someone, tiredness with someone, and they tell me that they're having trouble sleeping, the quality of sleep, and I ask them, are they drinking caffeine? Most people are drinking coffee. Most people are drinking really strong coffee. You need to cut the caffeine out. If tiredness and energy is an issue for you, I know this sounds terrible, and I have been that woman that's been hanging on and using her stimulants to get through the day at work, but you need to do this, okay? You need to bite the bullet and go for it. Diet pills. If you are taking any appetite suppressants, even if you're taking herbal appetite suppressants, they will have stimulants in. That's how appetite suppressants work. So if you're taking anything like that, that is going to be messing with your energy and your sleep, okay? Eating rubbish food, and this is pretty much any rubbish food. So when I'm talking about food, whole foods, so foods in their most natural form. So ideally, I want you most of the time, 80% of the time, to be eating whole foods. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, okay? Gwen talks about timings, consistency, habit, The woman knows her stuff. Check out her page, Biting Fit. She really knows what she's talking about. Her website is Biting Fit as well, and her Facebook page is Biting Fit too. And she's also she's not really strict, and she's not unrealistic. She's a woman that's got kids, that works, she gets it. You know, there are ideas and recipes, healthy recipes that are not expensive and also really quick to produce, but also very nutritious, okay? So it's totally possible. So when I'm talking about food, I'm talking about whole foods. So I'm talking about water. Gwen swears by water, 2 litres of water a day. She basically says if you're going to do anything good for yourself, then drink water, okay? Now, water helps your energy. It does. It's going to help everything. Whole foods is going to help your body repair as well. Good food, okay? So if you're eating takeaways, processed food, ready meals, sweets, cakes, whites, breads and crappy, lots of that type of stuff, then that could be impacting on your energy, okay? So obviously eating things like fruit and veg and lean proteins and nuts and seeds and good carbs, rice, you know, whole grains, stuff like that is the way forward. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that all the time, but obviously 80% of the time. So if you're someone that drinks fizzy drinks, energy drinks, this is going to be impacting on your energy and your tiredness, okay? And also, if you're someone that's drunk alcohol, or you've partied, or you haven't looked after yourself, or you've eaten rubbish, or you haven't eaten good food, or you haven't drunk much water, then again your body is in recovery, and everybody's recovery rate is different. For some it'll be really quick, and for some it takes time. And it's not something that we can look at someone and go, oh yeah, that'll be 2 weeks for you, that'll be 3 months for you. It's not like that, okay? So all you can do is sort of go through the checklist and check that you're doing everything you can to help yourself. Obviously start with the alcohol. Too much sugar can be an issue as well. It can impact on your sleep. Gwen's better explaining this. I think she's done a video on it. But it can impact on your hormones. It impacts on lots and lots of different things that will be affecting your energy and your tiredness as well. But not only that, is your life tough? Is your life, so if we've got all that stuff in place, is your life tough? Is your life difficult? Have you had a really difficult time? Even if you just had a difficult time for the last few months, or maybe actually you've had a really stressful life, full stop, or a difficult childhood, stress, anxiety, all these things are going to impact on your energy and tiredness. And again, you're going to need a period of recovery. So advice I give to people when life is difficult is to really look after yourself. Easy for me to say, I know, but it's things like eating good food, getting your sleep in, making sure you're laughing, you know, plenty of pampering and self-care and stuff like that, because you need your energy. You know, when life is difficult, when we're stressed and anxious, we're using up way more of our stuff that we need. And then that's going to be depleted. So it can impact on our sleep as well. You know, when we're stressed and anxious, we don't sleep properly, stuff like that. So there is so much to take into consideration when it comes to tiredness and energy, okay? So I want you to do a check. If you struggle with tiredness and energy, are you drinking? That's the first thing to tackle. One thing at a time as well, please, okay? Patience. These things take time. I can remember a very long time ago, so when I was 30, I had a very serious operation and nearly died, and I freaked myself out and did a whole year without drinking, drugs and smoking, and ate really good food. It took me at least a year to recover emotionally and physically, my body. It took at least a year. So it is about patience, okay, and looking after yourself. So tiredness and energy is a problem for you. Alcohol is the first thing to do, alcohol and drugs, obviously. And then, you know, once you feel like you've got that sorted, how do you feel? Still feeling tired? Then it's doing the check on caffeine, diet pills, crap food, fizzy drinks, energy drinks, too much sugar? Is your life difficult? Are you stressed? Are you anxious? Are you doing too much? That's the other thing. I've coached women, you know, who are working full time, who are in relationships, who have young families, and then they come to me and they say they're tired, and they look at what they're doing, and I'm like, I'm not surprised you're tired. I'm listening to you and I'm tired. It's like, where did this unrealistic expectation of what we can deal with in our life? Well, some people can, but they can't. You can't do it for long periods of time, okay? You just can't. And actually what you find is people are using things to help them function in this way, okay? I know I was one of these people that worked really hard, played really hard, you know, and I did that for a long time and had kids, you know, had this incredibly full life, because I was using lots of different substances to help me manage that. So stimulants to stay awake, depressants to go to sleep, whatever really I needed to function, because I wouldn't have been able to do that naturally. And obviously now I don't use anything at all. So when I'm tired and I rest, okay? And I have a check and I'm like, actually I've been working too hard, or I've been doing too much, or maybe there's something going on and I just need to deal with it, you know? So it's about stripping everything back, looking after yourself, being patient. Now, if you are concerned, so you've done that check and it's none of those things and you're concerned, then please go to your doctors and have a full health check, okay? And just put that worry out of your mind. So if there's nothing medical and you've done all these things and you're eating a healthy diet and you're sleeping well and you're drinking water and you're getting some exercise in, not too much exercise, then please go and see a really good nutritionist. Now, you can have a few sessions with a really good nutritionist and they will look at what you're eating, they'll do some tests on you, and they will recommend a diet that works for you and supplements as well. Now, do not get on Google and self-medicate with supplements, okay? It's really important that you see a good nutritionist and they recommend supplements for you, because we're all different. You know, alcohol is a toxin, it's a poison. If we haven't been eating properly, if we haven't been sleeping properly, if life's been difficult, it's going to have impacted on our body in lots of different ways. You know, for me it was my skin and my hair, I think that was it. My emotional health. You know, for other people it would be their stomach, maybe their liver, maybe their teeth, you know, maybe their eyes. There's lots and lots, maybe your emotional health. There's lots and lots of different ways it can impact you, and we're all different, okay? So if you know you're doing everything right and you're still not, you know, getting anywhere with it, and it's been, you know, a good month, 6 weeks or so, and there's no improvement, like, go to the doctors and rule anything out, and then really think about seeing a good nutritionist. It will really help. You know, I know when I sleep well, when I'm exercising, not too much, and I drink water, and I'm eating lots of really good health foods, lots of veg is really good for me, I find, then I feel better. You know, I do feel better. And also if I don't do too much. So it's about being really honest with yourself about your life. You know, are you doing too much? Kids, relationship, work, life, you know, be realistic, okay? So I hope you have found that useful, ladies. Any questions, just ask. I'm sure we'll get a little bit of a discussion going. And yeah, just be patient with your body, give your body time to recover. If you think about it, you know, imagine you've been partying since a teenager, haven't been sleeping properly, haven't been eating properly, and then you make a change and you expect to feel amazing. It could take some time for your sleep, your energy, you know, for your body to repair itself, okay? So it's just about being realistic about that. Okay, thanks ladies, see you soon.